for this week, what your main priorities are on the comms related, any intentions that you have specifically for the call today, and any distractions on your plate. I'll start. I'm Corey. I am feeling good, a little overwhelmed with back-to-back calls yesterday and today. It's just it's a heavy day today again, but fine. Slept well, and my focus. Why did that jump down? That's weird. Okay, did anybody else just see that? That was crazy. I started typing and it disappeared. Okay. Anyways, feeling good. Gonna start that over. My focus for the week is just making sure we're squared away with Gitcoin as always, and then some other things on the agenda here like campaign updates for the homepage. I'm also looking at SEO. My intention for the call today is to facilitate the agenda, and I don't have any distractions. I'll go ahead and pass it to, there it pops up. It's so creepy. I'll pass it to Suga.
Thanks, Corey. Hi, everybody. So, a bit similar. Just we got Gitcoin shilling to do and want to make some headway, hopefully. I know Ahmad's been on top of the SEO, the landing page today, so hopefully do that this week a bit. And also some fundraising, which is comms related. And I'm making dinner, and I'm here to catch up, and I'll pass it to Ahmad.
Thanks, Suga. Nice to be here. My intention for the call is to catch up on what we're doing with Gitcoin mainly, and to just follow up on some of the items in the agenda. My focus for the week is I want to send out the newsletter, and I want to make some movement on the Give Power notifications that was like in limbo for a while. Have a call with Monique later this week. And let's see, SEO as well. Yeah, so there's a few landing pages that I want to follow up with this week. And that's it for me. I'm a little bit distracted just because I have a call right after this meeting. And I'll pass it on to Santi.
Thanks, Ahmad. GM, everyone. Feeling good today. Intentions for the call is just sync up and get updated on everything going on comms, and no specific focus on comms for the week. I'll pass it to Jake.
Sweet. I'm feeling great. Well rested. Missed last week, so I just want to get caught up, especially though since beta started today. And then let's see, top comms will be shilling that after I have a better understanding. And distractions, like everybody, have stack calls today. So it's like your brain's in one meeting and it's trying to shift it into the next one. Let's pass it on to Lauren.
Thanks, Jake. I'm feeling good. My top comms priority for the week is just to make sure that we're shilling our Gitcoin grant and join any Twitter spaces, and also setting up Amin and I are working together on a AI comms campaign for Twitter, basically just like shilling all of our AI April awesome projects and like little videos. So just like kind of setting up some tweets for that. And and then also I just whatever to do with the SEO and the Give Power notification emails and stuff. There's just been some progress on there, so just making sure that all that's in check. Intentions for the call are just to hang out and see what's going on, and I have so much work all the time, so I'm distracted by that. And I'll pass it to Ashley.
Okay, to me. I found it. Sorry. I am feeling pretty good today. Feeling pretty stacked with things to be working on. My comms priorities for this week are just to support and Gitcoin outreach in however I can. I don't really have a whole lot for comms on my plate. I'll be taking some time off at the end of the week and beginning of next week. Intentions for the call, just to stay in the loop and know what the plan is. And I don't have any distractions except for sometimes OBS is hard to find. And I will pass it over to Makizi.
Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, I'm actually feeling good. My intention for this meeting is to listen in, and my priority for the week is to find a way to get involved in the communication working groups. And I also don't have any distractions. So that's it. Thank you. So I'll pass it on back to, I think there's no one left.
Claire here? Thought maybe Claire's here. No? Okay. All right. Cool. Just check the Discord. Sweet. Hi, Griff. Hey. There we go. Yeah, great. So cool. Thanks everyone for being here. Yeah, so we have a couple things on the agenda today. I thought it would make a lot of sense to start with Gitcoin because the round started today. Very exciting. Also, man, we got 2 weeks ahead for this. So yeah, let's make the most of it. So far, I think we've done a great job on preparing, like Twitter threads. We have a good schedule set up for this week with a thread going out today to introduce the grant, and also then we've got that other one that you're finalizing, right, Suga, for kind of outlining all the launches, like all the products that we've launched over the past months, which will be great to reference as well, like later this week, to support our grant. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm terrible at that. Sorry. Yeah, that's done. I don't know what if you saw that, Lauren.
Oh no, I'll check it out though. And I just posted the link to that tweet that we put out today in the chat. If you could all just go and like it and retweet, like the tweets in the thread, that'll help it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I've been like experiencing such a lag with my browser. All right, so yeah, cool, awesome. This is out. Definitely show it some love. Has a link to our grant here and a really sick video, which is way better than the memes I made. I suck at making memes. And it also outlines here what we've already done. This really just summarizes the grant, but in a very easy, like TLDR way for Twitter. Tells us what we're excited about building next. So what we built, what's coming next, and what we're in research for. And boom, another link to our grant. So this is a really great thread to circulate around in our outreach efforts, which we can talk about next. Awesome. So
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So for Gitcoin, we can donate on either Mainnet, Optimism, or Phantom. Is that correct?
No, just on main, I'm pretty sure.
No, I think Optimism.
On
too.
like the DApp, I think it gives you the option.
Yeah, Optimism is on there.
That doesn't make any sense because they only put in one address. You're only supposed to put in one address, and it's like a multi-sig. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Ah, yeah.
But
you know
like,
what? I think you have to choose. Pardon me.
Yeah, and actually, like, you had to choose which chain to add your grant to. I'm pretty sure you can only donate on mainnet, but I haven't actually done it to confirm. But it's like, yeah, we had the option of creating our grant on multiple different chains, and some people made it on Optimism. They're like, oh no, I have to do it on mainnet because the funds are all going to get dispersed. The matching funds are all on mainnet and stuff. And like their smart contract stuff, I don't think is very supportive of multiple chains. It's just that some grants are on Optimism and some are on Phantom.
So I guess like the question is, if you do donate on Optimism, what would happen? Like the funds would just get lost?
I don't think it's possible to donate on Optimism.
Okay, so it would give like an error on the final page, maybe?
Yeah, I'm trying right now.
Because I tried it and it let you add it to the cart, but I wasn't sure like if you could continue or not.
No, you
Because
can't.
I didn't get
I
the
just
fund.
tried.
Okay.
It just says you're on the wrong chain. Switch to Ethereum.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Even people who created the grant on Optimism had to then submit it on Ethereum mainnet. I don't know if that, yeah.
Okay.
Another follow-up question is, do we need to verify our Gitcoin passports again for this round, even if we did it for the last round?
I think some
Yeah.
of them expired. Yeah, like some of like the things that you need to do. Some of the stamps expired, maybe.
You
No,
do,
you're right.
and they do it on purpose. It's like every 2 or so months or 3 months, they like erase your passport stamps so that you have to like keep proving you're a unique human.
90 days, I believe it is.
90 days.
Okay. So that's just good to know for everyone here. But yeah, well, the grant is live, so I included the link here, and maybe it makes sense that we spend a little bit of time talking about outreach now that the grant is up and we have some like tweet threads prepared.
Sorry, I just have two
Mhm.
more things that I wanted to ask. Number one is, are we also on the Mantle grant as well? Since I also see Giveth there as well. So should we donate to both of them?
You know, I'm pretty sure that you can just donate in one round and it counts in all of them as a donation. But we have our Twitter space. I think I heard that in a Twitter space, but we're in Mantle and Metacrisis, and we'll probably be in the DEI one as well, and OSS. So Giveth will be like in 4 rounds, and some of our other Galaxy projects are in even more, like are in like Web3 social and other stuff. So yeah, I think that one donation in whatever round counts as a donation for the other ones as well, but like I'm not 100% sure on that. And we can ask tomorrow in the Twitter space from Ben West, and we should include that in our Notion thing that Corey's putting together.
So the question
Yeah,
is, if we
sorry.
donate in one round, does it count for the others?
Yeah. Or like, should we donate multiple times if we want us to get funds from multiple rounds?
Okay.
Yeah, and I think like, I mean, once we figure these things out, we may need to like also do a thread or like just like a tweet that explains all this stuff, like just to make it a bit easier for people, since I think that the UX is not very good this time on the grant site, and I think it would be helpful if we told people exactly what to do. Like, yeah, like you need to donate on mainnet and donate on these grants, you know, like just to keep it simple for people.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's good. People are going to have lots of questions about this stuff. So I think if we can provide some context or like education around that, that's cool once we get the answers to these things, right? You said you had a third question, or was that just the third point?
I think that's it. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Corey.
Okay. Sure. Cool. Great questions. And yeah, I had actually accidentally deleted this, but I did I've been, it's also maybe information that we can fill in there, but been creating a Notion page. Would love input on it. Where did I put it? Hang on, I have it in the there's multiple fundraising channels. Okay. Yeah, have this Notion page to kind of outline all the grants that we're involved with. Just looking for input on this because obviously now we have a live link for this grant. Can make this prettier, but the idea is listing out other places that were active. So I don't know if we need to be separating that out, but there was other in terms of Mantle or these other ones that were referenced just now, what are the best ways to list them out? Do they all have their individual links? This is where we want to put them. And any other information that might be necessary. The idea here is really just to have a one-stop shop for people to go to if they want to support us. And this can be continuously updated, of course, once grants close and new ones open.
And just one thing to point out, though, if anybody's adding a grant there from the fundraising call, if you're sitting in with or whatever, please ensure that it is for contributors, because a lot of our grants is submitting grants for funding to build or integrate into the system. So those wouldn't be really something we would add to this grant list, because if a donor is coming to this and trying to help out in other locations, and I know that's really the point of this, we want to make sure that the grant is open, to that reason and able to contribute. So just be careful which grants you are adding here and ensure that they either have token votes or that they're looking for donation contributions.
I'll add it right here. Cool. But yeah, I would love input on that because it's a lot of stuff. So I added this one. If you have anything else to add, please do so. And we can use this in our outreach efforts as well. So maybe to talk about that a little bit, there's two things regarding outreach. Activity around this. We could say Twitter Spaces is one of them, and then there's actual outreach itself. So just to touch base on Twitter Spaces really quick, as hopefully everyone knows that we have an issue around this. So Gitcoin beta around Twitter Spaces to a rep, and in this issue we have a list. And I can link this doc as well to the agenda. But we're building this list for the beta round. And we want to keep building this list because I'm sure there's just going to be more and more spaces popping up. But I think we did a really good job of this last time, where we were just aware of all the spaces coming up every day and could throw in names to whoever is able to join. So definitely encourage anyone to jump into these as they can. And I don't know what you guys think, but should we go through this list a little bit right now and try to get some people assigned in? I mean, there's just the call's not, we've got a few more people in here now, but what do you guys think about that? Because I see that we even have a few more for today. There's a bunch listed for today. And we also have the one on Wednesday. I just wanted to be clear who's going to be there. But that's us hosting, so. Anybody? Let's see. Okay. All right. So I'm guessing people are not available for these today, right? I'm not even sure. It's later this afternoon. I think this is right now, actually. Okay, maybe someone could tell me what's going on with the space tomorrow, just to be clear. we're going to have the Giveth account hosting, obviously, right? And we'll have a couple of contributors.
Yeah, I'm hosting. I'm seeing this. Giveth account is hosting it. Griff is representing Giveth, and we have like people from Common Stack, and Ben West is coming, and I think someone from TEC is coming. And so we've got like some pretty good broad Galaxy representation. But yeah, everyone.
Go
ahead.
So sorry, really quick. Griff told me that he has a VC funding meeting at the first 30 minutes, so he will be joining, but after the 30-minute mark. I think I already shared this, but just to reinforce the message.
Yeah, I'm stealing Griff for the first 30 minutes for a VC pitch, and then he'll be available.
Okay. Is there anything else to add on this topic? Because it doesn't seem like it, but if there's anything else, we can still talk about this. Otherwise, we can move on to outreach efforts. Okay. Yeah, so Twitter Spaces, you know, I'll just update this link with the one we're looking at. So yeah, around outreach, Jake, I saw that you just posted. We've got this doc here regarding the alpha round, where we have different contexts here. So I know, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe like last time we had this pretty decentralized, right? In terms of just listing out people that like personal relationships. Or could you speak a little bit to that, Jake, how that went last time and, you know, how effective that was? And do we want to do exactly the same thing again this time? Or do you want to consider something else?
What I did for mine, I mean, Ahmad's on here, so I'll let him kind of speak for himself. And then I think what I did was I just went through Gitcoin, and I firstly took everybody that I've had a personal relationship on some level that I knew already donated in Gitcoin. But then I went through and did like cold outreach via the leaderboards in Gitcoin that obviously lead to the fact that these people have already donated to some form of Gitcoin round. So that's what I was kind of doing. So I think on this one, I'll absolutely go to anybody that responded to me last time and notify them of the location and that we're in the beta round. And Ahmad, I don't know if you did anything different, but that's probably what I'll also do is maybe look at the leaderboard and see if there's any new, maybe big contributors that aren't on my list on this one from last time, and then try to do a little bit of cold outreach to them again. So I'll use the leaderboards to summarize and reach out to the people that I have contacts from last time that responded.
Yeah, and then also just anyone that we worked with in the past, any partners or any organizations that, like our friends, basically, just like add them to the list as well.
And I had a good call yesterday with John from Refi DAO, and they raised like almost 40,000 on the alpha round, which we thought we did pretty well with almost 5,000. But when he kind of said, well, you know, we did this. And one tip that he said for his outreach that could be valuable for us, or maybe it isn't, he said they took the approach of really shilling other projects and friends of theirs. So they, of course, let people know about their project on their own Twitter space, but they also really made a real big push to push their friends in the space that are also listed and to drop those links on like even outreach on Twitter on the comments of like, hey, make sure to check this out. So they are actually kind of marketing for others prior to themselves. And that actually saw a more positive response in that type of kind of philanthropy, which makes sense. But that was just a tip that he wanted to pass along that we should focus on that type of activity as well.
Yeah. Any other thoughts around that? Like one idea, because I heard that feedback as well yesterday. So one idea like I had was just like create a Twitter thread that lists out, that shills, and we've done that in the past before, like shills other projects in a really cool thread. So like one tweet per project, a little bit like how we do our verified tweet threads, but we're doing it for projects in the Gitcoin round. So I created an issue around that. And do we maybe have any other ideas of how do we want to go about it this round with some other initiatives? Any ideas from anybody on how we can interact with other projects in the ecosystem this round?
Brainstorming. You got some ideas. You got some good ideas, Corey. I don't know how to contribute to that.
I mean, I just have the one tweet thread idea. So it's not like huge. I know we created a landing page last time, one of the last rounds, like the Solar Punk Guild, where we listed out a bunch of different projects. I think Kotabe pushed that forwards. Do we want to do something like that again, potentially, where we list like a shared, or we didn't, I think actually someone else was building this, right? And we had Giveth added to it. But that's also an option, is creating a Notion page, for example, in a really simple way where we list other cool projects in the ecosystem, and then maybe we use that link.
Yeah.
But that requires some
I
effort.
imagine that we would want to put it in our newsletter. I imagine we'd want to maybe put it in the What's Up on Giveth section of the homepage. I'd imagine we would want to partner with, take advantage of any partners that we have with large Twitter followings or social media followings, and do some cross promotion campaigns with them. I think these could be some good ideas.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, also emails also would be good. I mean, not just newsletter, but send the email to all of our donors on our list. We did that for the alpha round, so we could do that again. And yeah, maybe like a article where we mention like these are our top 10 Gitcoin projects, because I think a lot of them actually have projects on Giveth. So we could mention like these are the projects that are on Giveth that also could use your help on Gitcoin as well.
That's cool. Awesome. Who has some capacity this week? Because like these are all, I think, like really cool ideas. Maybe we can decide on a couple of these, but like it would be great if a few people could take ownership so we can like divide and conquer.
Yeah, sounds good. Fill me in. Line me up.
Okay, cool.
I have to give me a minute to be able to see the full Notion. I'm on my phone at the moment.
Hey, Suga, we could also work together and use this as an opportunity. You said you wanted to know how to add things to the homepage and the campaign and use the admin.
Yeah.
We can do that together.
Cool. Groovy. Thanks.
Yeah, so for that, are you thinking like we have a landing page that we link to in the What's Up on Giveth section? Like you know what I'm saying? Or maybe that's
just link directly to the grant, right?
Yeah, we could do that. It's
we
a
could
good
do a
question.
similar one to what we did for the alpha round where we had a landing page. and then just link projects there too. I mean, especially if we want to highlight all the projects that they can donate to on Giveth, or like for Giveth, I mean.
But they're not donating on Giveth, are they? They're donating on Gitcoin.
Yeah, I know, but I mean like the ones that we want to highlight. I mean, if we want them to donate on multiple rounds or like multiple sections on Gitcoin.
It could also be a cool idea to feature any projects that we have on Giveth that also have grants on Gitcoin, but I don't know how we would go about collecting that data or knowing which ones do without manually going through and seeing.
I don't think that this is I think that this is like going to take too much time for the impact that it would cause for us, like to add all of the Giveth projects. If we wanted to make a new landing page, though, I mean, we could do that, but I think somebody would need to take ownership of it, like today and tomorrow, to hand something to the devs, because like they would have to build it and then like make sure that there's no blockers for pushing it to production, and like I doubt it will be up before the end of this week, and the round is only 2 weeks, so it's like it's a great idea to make the link to the landing page, but can we do it today? Who's gonna be responsible for collecting those projects, finding all of their links, and compiling it for the developers?
Well, why does it need to be a landing page? Why not a Medium article or a Notion page?
Yeah, I mean, that's possible too.
What about this partnership of, what was the name? The last Gitcoin round came and integrated Giveth as well. The Solarpunk Guild was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there would be any like efforts with that guild. I thought that it was for Gitcoin support for the several projects that integrate the guild. So maybe I can ask Otave and see if like there's something planned for that. That instead of us maybe collecting all the projects, we can just add us in that effort and use that instead.
Yeah, I think we just need to check that, right? So again, this goes back to John Ellison's tip that what worked for them was shilling other projects and friends. So I think like we could create our own list, but let's do it in a way that maybe not involves the devs, because it just seems like, yeah, the idea is just to compile information. Like, I don't know, I created this Notion yesterday. Like we could just create a Notion page where we list, like, I mean, Notion has a lot of capabilities to make it look relatively nice. And then we have something ready to go, and we could link to that from the WhatsApp on Giveth section. So maybe we're not just shilling our own grant, but we're also like collectively shilling grants in the ecosystem. But of course, like on this page, we can make sure our grant is quite easy to find. That might be something that's like very fast to implement, and then has like multiple hits. But I think we just need to like kind of decide where to start and make sure we just have ownership on this, because yeah, the round starts now. So would be awesome to get something like this up this week so we can actually take
that
like
we would
full
feature
advantage.
other projects that aren't on Giveth as well, like that aren't projects on our platform, or do you think that all of the people who we would be featuring on this page also have projects on Giveth? I'm curious because we could easily just like convert the Earth Day section over and put them there in that like featured section already on the homepage. Like that would be really easy to do. But I don't know if they don't all have projects on Giveth, then we wouldn't be able to put them there.
Yeah, I don't know how easy, like it was, you made that point, right? That like then you have to kind of manually go in and like go through the Gitcoin, all the projects, and like check to see if they have projects on Giveth to like determine that list, right?
Yeah, it seems like that would be the way that it would go. I don't know how many projects are in this round on Gitcoin, so I don't know. It's like if there's hundreds, then maybe that's gonna take a long time. But I remember the last round, there wasn't that many, so I'm not sure.
But I'm confused. How many Like, I thought we were selecting a handful. Isn't that all we mean?
I mean, we could do our top 10 Gitcoin projects. Basically, just someone needs, I think if someone would be willing to grab hold of this topic, we can flesh it out. But it just needs probably just a little bit of thought process around it, and speed is probably important, that it can be done quickly and it looks nice. Doesn't need to be perfect, but probably just a good avenue for us to promote other projects. We could do it as just Giveth projects, but that also seems a little limiting if there's other great projects we want to promote that don't have. Or maybe we could, at the top of the list, start with the ones that are on Giveth, and maybe make that an extra highlight or something. But it just really needs an owner, I think, to maybe just get creative with it and flesh it out. Is there someone that would want to take this on this week? Because I think they're all great ideas. It takes a little investigation, I guess, to see like how worth it is, like Ashley, like with your idea to like match it to Giveth or not, and then we can pivot and just go with what's plausible. Okay.
Well, yeah, Corey, I'm a little bit confused on the technical side of this, but I was gonna volunteer me and Ashley since we were just now talking it. We had previously volunteered, but I'm not sure if that's the best approach either, because we're in like terribly different time zones. I totally want to volunteer, but I feel like I don't really understand the blockers or even the idea of it. That is to say, normally there's like a basket, right? Like a handful of projects. I might not be the best person because I feel like I'm not totally up to speed with what's being with the idea. Or is it just like a handful, right?
Yeah, I would say it's just some top projects that we want to create a page.
Whatever. I'll get it started. I can do it.
Yeah, whoever's up for it, I cannot take this on. I'm not going to be able to produce this by tomorrow. I'm happy to help if I can, but
same here. I can't do. I'm done. Okay. Like this is nighttime for me now, so I might not be the best person. I'm too far in the future.
All right. Well, it's a great idea, but if we don't have the capacity within the team to do it, then it's not something we're going to be able to do. I think that's.
I'm going to do. Whatever. I'll do a version of how I understand it, and I'll do that tomorrow. So, and I'll present it to y'all. We'll see.
Yeah, and I can help with the technical side with the support, like getting it up on the page, using the admin bro and those types of tools and stuff. As far as like going through and manually selecting all the projects, like I don't have the space for that. But tomorrow we can sync up on a time in my morning and probably your evening. And and if we choose to use the admin bro avenue, then we can put it up there. If you choose to do a blog post or a Notion doc, like that's something I feel like you have the capacity to do on your own. But
yeah, exactly. Right. Okay, cool. So just put me on that.
Okay. Yep. All right. So a simple page on Medium or Notion that won't involve devs. Suga can set this up. And then we can create a section on what's up on Giveth that links to it. Okay. Great. And any other questions regarding outreach? We have that doc, do we want to use this doc again? Kind of looking maybe for some input from the outreach team. Like, I just want to make sure that we have.
Yeah, I just put in the chat that I'm going to take lead with that, and I'll work with Elgene. I'll get a new doc going for beta round, and then Elgene and I will send that Excel out so that Ahmad, Kotabe, anybody that worked on the previous one or has ideas for outreach or wants to add in their contacts over at Gitcoin, Mitch, whoever, can do that. But I'll take lead with that specific document.
Okay, awesome. Okay. And regarding like emailing all the donors from our list, who could take that on? Like, is that something? I mean, that sounds like a very valid thing for us to be doing, right?
I can take that one on.
Okay. Great. I can look at the cross promotion also with partners. Is there someone else that would be interested in working on that? Into the partner list. Okay. And okay, in the newsletter, maybe we can segue to talking about the newsletter now because we have that also on the agenda. So we can touch on this as well. Any other questions about Gitcoin before we move on, since we just started the round today? Just want to make sure. No? Okay, cool. Then, yeah, we're in the last week of April, so it's a great time to talk about the newsletter. I will open up the issue for you. Ahmad, do you have anything that you want to say specifically about it? Or are you just looking for some last topics?
Yeah, just let me know if I missed any topics. I put the main ones that I could think of, but if anyone has any others, let me know. Gitcoin, of course, Cello, Optimism, referral program.
Let's skip Cello until like we actually like announce it because of all the issues with the KYC and whatever, blah blah blah. Maybe it will be announced later this week, but I just like I don't feel good about announcing it in our newsletter before officially announcing it, like with their team. And yeah, and it would be great to mention AI April. I'm gonna start this campaign with like Amin and start putting out some tweets about it. And it would be like really cool. We could even like link to where the YouTube videos are or something. I think that's cool.
Was that something from Almond? Or was that other background noise?
No, I was muted.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard you. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and then we were just saying, right, a blurb about Gitcoin. Maybe there's a way, like in the friends section, to reference some other grants. Is that what the point here was? I think Ashley mentioned that.
Are you talking about the What's Up on Giveth section?
No, earlier you were mentioning, like you said a couple of things in a row, right? And one of them was the newsletter.
Oh yeah.
Like did you mean that we could like, you know, like referencing other grants, right? From the ecosystem in the newsletter?
That, or just, I mean, just definitely make sure that we are putting the fact that we're raising funds on Gitcoin, and I think we should even maybe go into explaining a little bit about how the matching like might work, because the newsletter is going out to users that maybe aren't very familiar with blockchain and maybe have never donated on Gitcoin before. So maybe something a little more simple, just about like general donating on Gitcoin, and maybe linking them to some information on how quadratic funding works, or like how they can go about like donating and supporting projects on there. And I think if we're featuring all these other grants in all these different places, like maybe we can use the newsletter as more of a place to provide like educational content on how to use Gitcoin and what they do.
I would add one more, and I hate adding without being able to take it on, but it might be really, really cool because we're such a visual world to do a quick YouTube 1 minute, 2 minute just to show exactly how to do it. Like things we've done in the past with tutorials with YouTube videos or Looms or something, somebody just walking step by step through the portal and making a donation.
Is it not possible that already exists? Not by Giveth, but by Gitcoin?
If so, then yeah, you use that if it does.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm just thinking kind of along the lines with Lauren, like making sure that we're not putting too much time, for the returns, like always thinking about. So making a video, even though it's short or simple, it tends to involve, unless somebody just wants to do it on the fly.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. Maybe there's something that already exists, but like along the lines of like educational material and how to use Gitcoin. So maybe like a blurb on our active grants, plus some educational links on how to donate on Gitcoin. How quadratic funding works. Maybe there's a video walkthrough. Cool. Anything else for the newsletter? We've got the April Fool's landing page. Yeah, Giveth in Catalan.
Sorry, maybe it's not for this newsletter for this month, but just for information, we're gonna launch the PFP integration with the app tomorrow morning. So I don't know, just I have to tell it to be sync with you.
True. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's a cool one. Cool. Well then, if there's not anything else, I wasn't hearing anything else, I'll continue on. So let me know. Yeah, this was also just a very quick check-in again on project campaigns for the homepage. I mean, we're talking about what's up on Giveth section, which is different, but for the actual project campaigns, we have like a Notion doc for this. Ashley had given some input on this regarding like a mental health awareness month and also giving some ideas for the next few months, but hadn't seen anything else in here. I know we mentioned it last week, but still not seeing any input. So just wanted to do a double check before we move forward with this because, also making sure that this is going to be easy to pull projects for, because that's normally where I would turn to you, Ashley, and to Nicola to help us to pull projects around these topics. And I know previously we talked about maybe just using like some of our natural categories and filters for these campaigns, because that will automatically pull like a list. Is this something like pretty easy to do? Because we would obviously want to implement this already for next week.
Yeah, I think at least for the mental health one, it should be easy. I'm not really sure about the Pride Month one. I also put 2 links in the issue that lead to, like, I think SDG impact goals are always good fallbacks. I think Also, there's like a calendar of all these different awareness months that I put in the issue. So I don't know if somebody wants to just run through and see if there's any others that jump out. But I think, yeah, let me just look at this real quick.
Yeah, it's just a quick check-in with the group because I, would definitely want to make sure that people have the chance to give input, but if people aren't giving input, like we do have to move forward, right? So, and I'm happy to write copy for this. Like I'm just trying to come up with like cute things, but we should be sure that we're moving forward with them before trying to find taglines. So,
so we have like a health and wellness category, and there's a subcategory under that for mental health, but it wouldn't be something that we could directly link to the mental health portion. We could link to the health and wellness portion and just feature projects from the mental health section, which is probably sufficient.
Oh yeah, we have health and wellness, right? Yeah.
And then there's like a subcategory for mental health.
Okay, that's perfect. That seems like a very low tech, like easy way to build these campaigns at the moment, right? So, yeah, then, okay. So then we'll go ahead with that for May. I think it sounds great. I'm not hearing any objections to it, and we have an easy way to pull the projects. Okay, and then we can plan out the next ones, I think, like around the same time, because it would be great if we didn't have to do this every few weeks and we would just, have a schedule. That was like the idea actually, is to like have this scheduled out through October. Of course, we can always change it last minute if something comes up, but this way we, can just run it on a schedule.
Yeah, that's why I tried to provide some options or some ideas, but also it'd be really cool if like other people went in and had some ideas as well, because I'm sure that some people have some good ones that, or from other places in the country, different countries that I'm not thinking of, etc.
Yep.
There are lots of cool events or in calendar if you take a look. For example, National Hamburger Month is the May, or Older American Month. I don't know. Sometimes in some events is funny, and we can create some cool campaigns around it.
Yeah, I saw some of those as well, and I think it would be fun to do something like that. I just like, what projects would we feature for National Hamburger Month? Like that was the part that I was like, okay, well, like this is a cool topic, this is a fun topic, but like what projects fall into that category?
Yeah. Sorry, I was mentioning some of the projects may related to some awareness for some diseases. For example, I can see in the calendar right now that Lupus Awareness Month is also in the May. So maybe we can relate some of these projects.
Yeah, I think it's just, we just have to make decisions on them. And I think that's cool, but do we have enough projects to create a campaign around this specifically versus like maybe something a little bit bigger, like cancer research, or I don't know, like we like broaden out a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
A bit easier. And I think creating campaigns around impacts, like things that are, hamburgers are nice, but like,
well, for example, July is National Recreation and Parks Month, so that could feature all of the different environmental focus projects, that kind of thing.
Right. Okay. Well, throw your ideas into the issue if you can, so we can plan out the next months. That's the best place to put this stuff, and then we'll just take the ones that we like best or that we agree on and plan out the next months. Because we're hitting kind of like this, like doing it the last week of every month is a little like brainstorming the last week of every month is a little bit stressful on timing. Because we've got so much other stuff going on. So it would be great to just plan them out.
You could also help yourself out a little bit sometimes, and instead of the last month, you can just kind of see like what are the majority of our projects, and just say Giveth is deeming July as the month of this. So like if we ever fall into something, that's an easy out, is just take the bulk and create our own awareness month.
Yep. Cool. All right. Well, then we can move forward with the May at least, because that was the most pressing for the call today. So since we only have 2 minutes left, I just want to make sure to highlight that Claire created, based off our call last week, created these really great points in this issue, which I think we should spend some time, let's say next week potentially, to go through, but definitely want to make sure everyone sees this and has a chance to take a look, because this comes directly from the project survey feedback that we received from all the projects that filled out that survey, and this is specifically related to the comms team. So it's linked here in the agenda. Just wanted to highlight it and make sure that everyone has a chance to take a look, and then we can circle back to that next week and see what ideas we can generate from this feedback. There's a lot of cool stuff here also, like educational wise and like cross promotion wise, and yeah. And lastly, regarding SEO, is there something that we need to that we want to speak to today? I know that there's a lot of stuff in the works right now. I also created a bunch of issues this week on landing pages, and have some stuff I'll be filling in there today, actually, myself. I know we've got the onboarding landing page in the works that we need to finalize. We wanted to start a verification landing page. Is there anything, maybe Ahmad, that you want to speak to specifically on this, or somebody else?
Yeah, I guess for the onboarding landing page, I incorporated everybody's feedback. So just let me know if you're all fine with that version. And then I guess for Monique, since he's here, we want to have the SEO landing page ready soon. I know that we finished the design template for it, but yeah, we probably want to start with one of the pages as soon as possible.
Yeah.
We can. I think Rami, Sherik, Reza, I think it's the best way is that you add front-end dev in all their channel. So I try my best to manage it, at least in each week we have some deliveries.
Yeah, so like, for example, one of the pages, like, it's a page that I sent you a while ago. It's done, like, for the content, so we just need to upload it, I think. Yeah, and there's
okay, send us.
Yeah, I could send it again, sure.
Yeah, no, because I don't see the issue. Sorry. Yeah, you can, or create issue in the V2 or send me the planning issue. I can handle it. Thank you.
Awesome. I'll send it again. No worries. Thanks so much.
Okay, cool. Well, we're at the top of the hour, and I know there's another call that starts now for many people. So, yeah, I will kind of end this here. Thanks for your input. Really excited that the Gitcoin round is starting. So let's like go for it this week with outreach and all the things that we just outlined. It's really cool. I'm going to be in GitHub a lot today, sort of trying to organize that.
Thanks, Corey.
So thanks a lot for all of your inputs today. I really appreciate it.
Hey, everyone.
See you soon.
See everyone.
See you later.
Bye.